welcome back to my YouTube channel. The wind seems to have picked up just as I'm trying to film this intro, which is great. So, as you guys will have seen, my last vlog was a small event vlog, and I was sort of thinking that I was going to have lots more event vlogs up. I had lots more events planned. My April was actually looking really super exciting. Lots of opportunities and amazing exciting things that hopefully I'll get to share with you at a later date. But unless you're living under a rock, you will know that a lot of plans have been scuppered with coronavirus. I mentioned it in my last vlog. I mentioned how I hoped that it wasn't going to ruin my event season. Well, spoiler alert, it has. All of my British eventing events have been cancelled indefinitely, which is gutting but not surprising, and obviously completely the right thing to do in the scheme of things. There's a lot going on in the world. The coronavirus is really serious, and I think at the time of recording this, a third of the entire world's population is under some sort of lockdown, which is just insane. This is like nothing that anyone has ever experienced before. So yeah, you can understand why the eventing is cancelled. So because of that, everything's a little bit different around here. So I thought I would film a day in the life of me whilst on lockdown, because it looks quite different to my normal days. Normally I'm working in a hotel and bar a few days a week. Obviously all hotels, all bars, all restaurants, all pubs are closed. So I'm not doing that, and I can't really just go out and do things because we're on lockdown. Also because of that, we usually keep the boys at a yard locally because it's got an arena, it's got more turnout, more than we've got at home. Towie lives at home, which is where I am now. But we only have some fields here, we don't have loads of land, and we definitely don't have an arena. But with everything going on, we've decided to bring the boys home just for a few weeks, because obviously we can keep an eye on them. I can keep riding them as normal, because up at the yard you can only get up there at certain times so that everyone's not all up there at once. And yeah, hopefully the boys can keep on with the routine as normal as possible. So that's why they're home. And it's been interesting for me to have them at home, and I've been enjoying it so far. So I think that's everything I have to say. I'm just going to take you through what my day sort of looks like. I've already got up and had breakfast. I had a nice fried egg on toast. I don't usually have a fried egg on toast for breakfast, but I was feeling particularly hungry today. And the first job is to catch the boys from the field, bring them in so they can have their breakfast. I should also add quickly, I'm aware that I just filmed that entire intro with my hair like being blown up by the wind, but I'm not going to refilm it. Morning, boys! Honestly, this feeling is so special, being able to see all three of my little ponies. Who wants some breakfast? Not you, Towie, sorry, you're too fat, you can't have any. And there's your breakfast. Do you want your breakfast? So Towie doesn't have any breakfast in the morning because she's a little bit chubster. So usually she stays out in the field, or she might come in for some time with grass. I'm riding her this morning, so that's why she's coming in. We're going to do some pole work. You can see I've already got the poles out, or some of them. Because basically the BHS have said on riding in this time, don't do anything dangerous that's going to put any pressure on the NHS, which makes sense obviously. So we've sort of interpreted that to be no cross country, we're not really jumping, but to keep us interested other than just like hacking and flat working, we're going to do some pole work to keep things a bit different, a bit engaging. So I shall show you the pole work that I set up. Okay, so this is a really simple exercise. All you need is 6 poles, and this is the finished setup. I think from here it's probably hard to tell what I'm going to be doing. If you follow my Instagram, like I said earlier, at Eventing, you definitely should be doing it full if you're not. Then you will have seen me do this exercise before on Atty. It's actually something that my instructor taught me. We actually did it with cross poles, but you can do it with poles. So I think maybe the best thing I can do is to do the exercise on Towie, and I can kind of talk you through it as well. Okay, I'm going to talk you guys through this exercise a little bit more so that it makes sense. At this point she is fully warmed up and has seen the 2 individual poles, but is yet to ride through the box. I wanted to catch her first time seeing that on camera so that you could see her reaction and how she coped with it, which is what this clip is. As you can see, she copes with it quite well. I didn't overcomplicate it by asking her to change the lead on the first attempt. Came in on the correct leg so that she could just see it and understand the challenge at hand. And coming around this time is the first time that I'm asking her to think about changing her lead, and as you can see, she actually clocks on quite quickly to what I'm asking her to do, but we're a bit disunited and all over the place because it was all a bit much for our first attempt. But as we do it a few more times, she begins to understand it more. Our balance isn't perfect because she's focusing on changing the lead rather than staying all nice and balanced, but the poles are really a good way to then make her balance later on, so it's actually going quite well. She clocked onto it really, really quickly, which I was really pleased with. It took longer on Atty. So it's going nicely. She then does get quite excited and confident because she knows what's coming, and here I was not really expecting that leap, as you can probably tell, but she's enjoying herself and working really nicely and quite balanced. So on the whole, I was pleased. I didn't mind the little bit of excitement because it was showing that she was learning, and I was really, really pleased with her. I thought she did a really good job for her first time seeing this exercise. She coped with it really well and took it in her stride. Okay, so we're all finished. I'm just calling Towie off. She was really good. She definitely had to use her brain a bit, but that's what the exercise is all about, just getting them thinking. So yeah, really pleased. So Towie is all sponged off. She was really super good. I've already said all that though. And next up is Atty's turn. He's quite excited. We're going to go for a little hack because he hasn't hacked around here yet, because like I said, he's usually kept at a yard and he's only just come here, so that's next on the agenda. I'm really looking forward to that because I love having a good gallop on Atty, so that's going to be fun. So I'm going to swap places with Towie and Atty, and Towie's going to go in the stable and Atty's going to come out here. I'm just giving him a brush, and I honestly cannot get over how nice his summer coat is. It's just started coming through, and it's such a nice colour. So I won't lie, I've been a bit on default mode this morning, just getting on with the jobs and not really paying attention, sort of in my own little world. So I just got off Atty, I was out hacking because something didn't sound quite right, and yeah, he's pulled a shoe. He hasn't pulled a shoe in the 2.5 years we've owned him. Thanks for that one, mate. Ugh. Despite pulling a shoe, he is sound. However, it doesn't seem like the sensible thing to do to take him for a gallop, which is so annoying because it's such a nice day. And look at this lovely field. But I've decided just to walk him around for 10 minutes because I think it's good that he stretches his legs and gets some exercise. And then I'm going to have to go back and try and find the shoe that he's pulled off his foot. We're back from our rather unsuccessful hack. Star's having a snooze. Towie's having a snooze, and I've got to go and find a missing shoe. So the plan now is I'm going to untack Atty, I'm going to put him and Star out in the field. I'm just going to check the weather because I'm not sure whether they're going to go out without a rug or just with a thin rug on, and then I'm going to go and clear away the poles and search for Atty's missing shoe, which could be in either field because he's been out in both fields over the last 24 hours, so that's going to be a fun job. So I'm out of my high vis and my hat. Towie's in a stable there. I'm back in my lovely Horsequest jacket because it's got a little bit windy again. And I'm in my Primark wellies, which I don't think I told you guys about before on the vlog. These are my £3 Primark wellies, which I bought for a festival I went to in summer of 2018. £2 they cost me, and they've lasted so long. I wear them every single day at home. They're like my go-to wellies, and there are quite a lot of like big brand wellies that I used to wear, and I'd get through like a pair every 6 months because they like split. These £3 wellies, they keep me going. Okay, came over to the gate. So it's Towie's favourite part of the day. She's currently licking the bowl, and I'm gonna get on with skipping out the stable that Star was in. Star's bed is all done, and I've also given the yard a super quick sweep because it's looking rather messy. Now I'm going to go and put with the poles and try and find Atty's shoe. done, and I did of course go blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, because gotta keep those matchy goals. So I'm trying to find Atti's shoe, and it literally could be anywhere. So as you can see, in the day it's just the boys out. Towie comes in to get off the grass, and they kind of have free range over both fields. They tend to spend more time in this field because there's more grass on here, but they do also go in there, as you can see like now. So it could be anywhere. But I couldn't find any shoes in the small field, so I'm into the big field, and the boys are following me, which is quite cute really. Star, what are you doing? Hey, we found it, and all the nails are still in it, which is good because it means that there are none left in the field. Success. Right, so shoe found. Next on the list is to poo-pick the field, but I'm getting a little bit hungry, so we might go inside, have some lunch, and then start again afterwards. Just buzzing over my successes finding this massive shoe. So I'm back outside after my little lunch break. Towie's still in the stable enjoying some hay. She wished she was outside. And look, he's waiting by the gate. Oh, bless his little heart. So my plan next is to go and do some poo picking. Obviously, usually there's only one horse here, and she's in half a day and out the other half, so there's actually not much poo picking. But with 3 horses here and the boys living out almost 24/7, there's quite a lot of poo picking to be done. So I'm going to make a start on that today, so it doesn't build up to be too much of a big job. Hello, so I'm just about to start poo picking. I'm just going to do this field here, although this field actually isn't as bad as the other one because I haven't been in it for as long. I'm going to do it because it's the field I usually ride in, and it's one I get more paranoid about. But I just thought that super quickly I would share one of my pro tips for poo picking to make these kind of jobs more fun and interesting. I like to put on horsey podcasts. It's something I've got into quite recently. The Olivia Towers series is really good, and also the series by Rhea Freeman on like equestrian and country lifestyle influencing. It's all super interesting, and it's something a little bit different to just listening to music. So that's what I'm going to put on while I poo pick, and I'll see you later. Okay, so the field is all done. It didn't take too long. I actually started listening to a Rhea Freeman podcast, actually quite an old one with Gracie, as in Pony Nuts in it, which was really interesting, and it was really interesting to hear about her journey as well. So I'm sure next time I'm poo picking or skipping out, I will finish that. And I've just had a text from my mum saying that her and my little brother are going to do some baking, so I'm actually going to go in and join them because I have a little bit of free time on my hands. So that's going to be my non-horsey activity for the day. Okay, so my fairy cakes have cooked, as you will have seen, and I know what you're thinking, you should start a baking channel. Well, might have to happen, guys, they are just so amazing. They're really not. So they've cooked, and I'm waiting for them to cool down so that I can ice them, and got a very exciting delivery from the postie. You guys know how obsessed I am with my Mochara half zips. I have 2 of them. I bought my first one at Olympia, and I've ordered another one since on the Cokes. I love them, they're so comfy, and they're also really unique. I'm really fussy when it comes to jumpers. Like, I hate things with hoods because I can't ride in them, and I hate things that are hard to get on and off over the head, but the zips on this make it super easy. So yeah, no, I absolutely love my half zips. And I actually was on quite a big company's website about to buy a jumper, but with everything going on, I think it's super important to support some of the smaller companies, some of the newer companies, because they will be feeling the effects of this virus more than anyone else, and of the lockdown more than anyone else. So if you're someone that's lucky enough to have some sort of disposable income, definitely go and support some of these new, smaller companies. And I am so excited. I absolutely love this colour. It's lighter than the others. Yeah, I'm really excited, and you'll see me wearing this loads. And I used my HorseQuest Advantage membership for 15% off, so definitely go and check out HorseQuest Advantage if you haven't already.
So in case you can't tell, baking is clearly not my strong point. This was my best shot of decorating them.
So the cakes are decorated. As you can see, I'm definitely not about to go on Great British Bake Off. It turns out cake decorating is not my strong point, but I was quite impressed that I managed to actually get the icing pink. Now I'm here with Towie, and she's being very friendly because she knows exactly what time it is. It's dinner time, so let's make up their feeds, bring the horses in and feed. They know it's dinner time. Come on, tea time. Oh, bless their little hearts. Okay, so final task before feeding. Now the wind's picked up, I've put all of their evening quickly because I have 3 hungry horses waiting. This is my hay and feed shed. I won't give you a whole tour because it's really not that interesting, and I'm also not going to talk you through all the feeds tonight. I'm just going to talk you through the supplements because, as you guys know, I am very kindly supported by Better Life, and I use their supplements in the evening feed, so I just thought I would tell you what I use and why I use it. So all 3 of the horses are on Pharmaquin. It's basically a joint supplement. It ensures that their joints are being looked after as well as possible, so they all just have a scoop of that in their evening feeds every single day. And then that is all that Towie and Atty have. Star will have half a scoop of Pharmaplast as well, which basically just helps look after his top line, helps his muscle and his coat, because he's more likely to drop off than the other 2. He currently is on half a scoop every evening because the scoops are really, really big, but that's good because it means you can put them on a full scoop if they're looking to like put on more condition, and then half a scoop is just for the maintaining. It smells really good. It smells like really sweet, which I think makes it really, really palatable. If they've had really high intensity exercise days, they will also have some electrolytes, like if I've been out eventing or interval training, but none of them have worked too hard today, so we won't have any electrolytes today. But that just helps to replace any salts that they've sweated out during exercise. So I fed the horses. I thought I time-lapsed it, but it looks like I put it on normal record, so oh well. And now I get 5 minutes piece because they're all eating, they're all happy, and this is the kind of time where I'd usually like post on Instagram or maybe answer a few DMs, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. So once all the horses have finished eating, it's time to put Towie in the field. She's in the field furthest away, so she always goes in the field first. And there you can see Atty walking away from me. Once Towie goes out, the boys then go out, and then that's sort of them done for the night, which means my hard work is just starting. Now it's time for me to get on with all the jobs that need doing, like skipping out, doing water buckets and making hay nets for tomorrow. I don't mind it too much because it's usually just before dinner, so it actually is a really good time to work up an appetite before dinner. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with those jobs now. Okay, so it's rapidly getting dark, so I'm gonna end the vlog here because I've done the jobs, I've skipped out, and I'm just having a final yard sweep for the evening, and I'd rather end the vlog while I have some light left. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's obviously a slightly different vlog to what I usually post because I can't post any competition vlogs because there are no competitions at the moment. I picked quite a chill day. I mean, obviously at the moment every day is quite chill because there's not a lot going on and no one knows when there will be. I know I said that I might lunch Star as well. I did mean to, but the boys have only been here a couple of days and he just hasn't fully settled in yet, so I thought I'd leave it. There's no point rushing it. It's not like he needs to be super eventing fit because there's no eventing, so we're in no rush. If he needs an extra day to settle in, I'd much rather do that. So yeah, I think that is everything. I hope you enjoyed the slightly different vlog. I wasn't going to post, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to post something out there because everyone's got time to watch vlogs, and hopefully it can entertain some people because I know we're all bored and we've got a lot of time on our hands. It's just after 6:30 now. Gonna go and have dinner, then I'll have a shower, and then I'll just spend the evening chilling, maybe watching some vlogs, watching some Netflix, although I haven't really got any good series at the moment. So that's kind of a typical lockdown day in the life of Flo. Obviously when we're not in lockdown, the boys aren't here and I'm working in the evenings and we're training and competing. So yeah, everything's a little bit different, but this is kind of what my life looks like at the moment. So I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to me. It lets me know that you're enjoying all this content. So I think that's everything. The sunset's looking pretty bomb tonight. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully now you have an insight into what a day in the life of Flo looks like. Bye!